Hello crochet friends and welcome to G Crochet Off the Hook. I'm G, Geraldine, sharing my love of crochet. Today is Wednesday, it's the second last day of July 2025, and the last week and a half I have made some practical makes for our home. I finished my corner to corner square for July. I made a few plushies from YouTube tutorials, and I completed one item from a very long list that I have gathered watching the Christmas extravaganza Elves for 2025. And for the fun of playfulness and creativity, I have decorated with my bear in a box. And I'm happy to have you here with me to share in these crochet adventures that I've completed. I'll start with the practical makes that I made for home, which are some couch arm covers. They go just on the edge of the couch, and they were more of a necessity when the children were perhaps a little bit younger, but as time has gone on and I do crochet, it's nice to make something that you can add in the sitting room. So what did I make? Well, I just used a normal sunburst granny square pattern, and I crocheted with some ribbon yarn. This is what the ribbon yarn looks like. I have used two different brands. Of course, the yarn looks exactly the same, but the one is packaged like this and the other one like this. And these are Kismet's Papatya ribbon and Classic Yarns Bella ribbon. Now they are both similar in what they are made of. The Kismet one is 80% cotton, 20% polyester, and Bella yarn ribbon is 90% cotton and 10% other fibers. Now I use this yarn to make bathroom mats, placemats for the tablecloths, and it does say here that it is machine washable. Obviously don't bleach. It says do not tumble dry, do not iron, dry flat, do not dry clean. Now I must admit that all the bathroom mats that I have made from this yarn, I wash in the washing machine as usual, and I tumble dry them, and they have stood up they've stood up very well. I think two of the bathroom mats I've had now for almost 2 years, and the other one is newer. I think I've had it for about a year. Really love making practical home makes with ribbon yarn. I did make this a few Christmases ago. This is a center tablecloth made with this yarn. I really do, I love it. And I decided to make some armchair covers using the Sunburst Granny Square and taking the colors out of a few cushions that I have, which just has like I should have brought them with, but I didn't. They have a bird and greens and blues in it. So I made 4 squares. This one, 2 of them are exactly the same, and then the other 2, because I only had 1, 2, 3, 4, I had 4 skeins of each one, so I had to make the colors work so that I could use this up in my yarn stash, and of all of those, this is what I had left for now. So we completed the couch arm covers, and since I did try and make this video yesterday and failed miserably, these stayed in the craft room, and the first thing everybody said when they got home was, what happened to the covers at the end of the... So they are missed when they're not there, which I'm happy to hear. But now that I have shown you, I can go and put them back on the end of the couch arms. So that was the practical make of the hook. Then I can move on to my corner to corner square for July, which was the lighthouse. And I thought it came out, I was a bit nervous to use a very dark yarn, and this was a new color to me. It's all my corner to corner squares each month, and there are 5 more to go. I have been using a DK acrylic yarn by Elves called Charity, and this was a new color to me called Indigo, and I think it was better than using black for night sky. So very pleased with this square. I did want to mention, I think tomorrow is Thursday, Friday. So on Friday, I'm sure on Repeat Craft to Me, Sarah's blog, she will have our next square available for us, which I did see on Instagram last night is going to be a schoolhouse. I did want to mention though, this particular corner to corner is done with a half double crochet. Now I love corner to corner. It's versatile for blankets. It works up really quickly, but that is usually when you're using a double crochet stitch. And my challenge for myself, like I had said in January already, was to take part in a cowl that was running for the whole year and try to encourage myself to do something that I wouldn't normally do, which is the half double crochet corner to corner. Now I realized that if I had done this in double crochet, these squares would be really large. As it is, each square is 30 by 30 centimeters. What did I want to note? Oh, what I wanted to say was, on Repeat Craft Me's blog, she does have, I'm not sure how these are all going to be joined, whether she's going to share how she joins them or not. But she does have 3 squares. I'm trying to remember which ones they are. There's a Halloween one and the Christmas one. These are actually available already. And there was one, I think the very first one that we did in January, which was the winter cabin. She does have on her blog how you can take just the square and add a border to each one and create a blanket out of those squares. So I'm not sure I'd want to do 12, say, child-sized blankets, or whether I'm going to be putting all of these squares together. I haven't made up my mind yet. But I did want to mention for anybody else that was interested, because I hadn't seen them until this month, that she does have instructions on how you can actually take just your square for 3 of the other squares that are available and make them into a blanket. So that's good to know. The other thing is, if you weren't wanting to do the square as a corner to corner, she has also put how you could do the blocks as single crochet, which I'm thinking I'm going to try. I will make all of them as corner to corners, but I was thinking that I might take one of those patterns and do the single crochet. I guess it will work out like a tapestry or something that you make. But anyway, folks, okay, that is available, and I hadn't mentioned it in any of the other videos with the corner to corner square in it, because I wasn't aware, but I did pay attention this month, and that's the information about that I can share with you. Moving right along, what do we have here next? Okay, then there was a lovely tutorial put out by Kim from Crafty Chaos Emporium, and she did a jellyfish tutorial, and Kim is so creative as it is, and I really wanted to do the tutorial when she put it out, so I did. And the first jellyfish that I made was with some acrylic yarn, DK. I used a 3mm hook and Elves yarn chick. And the tutorial, she gave some suggestions of how you can hang them as well, and I like this. I made the one that's removable. So you just you can put a hook on there and you can hang it, or you could take it off. And I was just thrilled with the tutorial. I enjoyed it thoroughly, and the little skirt around the jellyfish. And while I was doing this tutorial, and thank you, Kim, this is really a fun make. Love the jellyfish. While I was doing the jellyfish, we all have lists of things that we want to do, that we want to get back to, and I don't know how we all keep track of those things, but anyway, mine did pop up when I had completed this, that another lovely lady on YouTube that I've been following for a very long time, not always as my channel, but so for a long time, she has a tutorial on YouTube where she takes an octopus, and I'm trying to think of the name, it's the octopus tassel that she does, and she actually did a tutorial on how she puts hers together for an octopus. And I had just completed the jellyfish, and I said to myself, right, we are going to make another jellyfish, and we are going to follow, and it's Crafty Sue 519. We're going to follow Sue's tutorial on how she creates the tassels on her octopus, and I'm going to translate that for the jellyfish, the second jellyfish that I made, which is this one. So I made this second jellyfish with Kismet's Velvet Plush, and then I sat down with Sue for the second time now and gathered what I had. We don't have too much, but I gathered all the ribbons that I could find in the house, and I followed her tutorial to put together this beautiful tassel, and how to attach it securely. And I think this is just a jellyfish dream. It is. I've had it up in the room by one of the windows, and if I open the top window and the wind blows through, this thing just is just an absolute delight. And I am so glad that I was able to sit down and do the tutorial so that I know for future how to do it. Thank you so much, Sue, for taking the time to explain to us how you do your octopus tassel. It's absolutely a delight. And I have such a long list of things to do, but I do hope I make some more of these. Isn't it just fabulous? Oh, I could sit and watch this all day long, but we will not. So the jellyfish was the tutorial by Kim from Crafty Chaos Emporium. And the artistry of creating this wonderful tassel, and I only could use what I had on hand, and still it turned out to be absolutely jellylicious. So thank you so much, Sue, for sharing that with us. That was just, it was a whole day of awesome crafting. Okay, we are lingering. So thank you so much, ladies. That was the 2 jellyfish. And then I don't know if everybody else has been totally distracted, and I don't need distractions, but I've met so many, or not met, but I've met them on the screen, so many other YouTubers via KK's Crochet. It's KK and Kristen. Had Christmas Extravaganza 2025, and there are so many. I'm not going to try to mention all the Christmas elves, but if you go to KK Crochet, they'll have all the details about the Christmas Extravaganza, which I think is the last day is tomorrow. The wonderful thing is that all these videos are there for us to go back, thank goodness, because I would never have kept up trying to make everybody's suggestions. But there are wonderful gift suggestions for not only to prep for Christmas time, but things that are practical and playful and creative that we can make for loved ones, for markets, for there's just such a wealth of crochet patterns that are shared via all the Christmas elves, and I feel bad encouraging everybody to go and watch all of them, but if you're like me, then remember you can always push that save button and create yourself a little folder that you can go back to for those that you actually want to make. And one of those makes, I am so happy that I actually got it off the hook, was from Pamela from GingerCatCrochet, and she shared a I think it's a pattern by Yarnspiration, and it's called a cat's paws Christmas stocking. And of course I knew I would save that one, and I was so excited about it that I have completed it. I turned mine into a dog paw Christmas stocking for Milo, because it will be Milo's first Christmas. And here's Milo's paw Christmas stocking. I used a 5mm hook with Elves acrylic chick and some twinkle yarn by Kismet's Lollipop, and followed the pattern. You do a front and a back. I didn't sew them together, I just slip stitched all the way around and crocheted one single crochet around the top. Also didn't cut the yarn, I made the loop while I was doing it. So really not a whole lot of ends or anything else to weave in. Made all the little paw prints out of a dark navy, and I just made up a dog bone applique. These are all sewed on, and then I did some surface crochet, and I was rather chuffed that it worked out, also with the blue sparkly yarn, to put Milo's name on his Christmas stocking. And I mean, nobody's going to see inside, but the surface crochet, obviously you do get to see the stitching on the other side, but with the appliques, as long as you sew it just using the little front stitches over here, and anything you put inside here shouldn't snag. It's not going to snag, and it's a really decent size Christmas stocking, so we can't wait to fill it with a few doggy treats and perhaps a nice bone for him as well. So that was the cat / I did a dog paw Christmas stocking, and that was a Christmas extravaganza suggestion from Pamela, and we loved it. And the first thing I was asked is, oh, are you going to start making many more for us? That could be another, once you make something cute off the hook. I did already have a few requests to make a few more paw-friendly Christmas stockings. But so that was the Christmas extravaganza make that I got off the hook. And then I was sidetracked again, because you always have something pop up saying perhaps you should try this video. And I couldn't resist. I did. I made a plushie, and not planned. This is a tutorial also on YouTube by the Stitch Zoo, and I used Kismet's Velvet Plush again with a 4mm hook, and it's this caterpillar Fidget Pop. So it's a very easy tutorial to follow as well, and it pops. So I had everybody in the lounge last night actually popping this little caterpillar, but it really is a very sweet, look at his little feet there. It really is a sweet make. I just embroidered the eyes instead of putting any safety eyes in, so it is child friendly. And yes, I thought I'd share that with you. The caterpillar Fidget Pop from the Stitch Zoo. A fun, quick little make, and some of you may know I really enjoy fidgets and pops toys. So that was our caterpillar. And then oh yes, I did also in last week, very unexpectedly, I was asked for a stash of my little heart pocket prayers. So I felt really privileged to be asked to make some, and I completed 35 of them, and they've already gone off with their prayers, their laminated prayers. And it's this little heart that I make. It is, I have shared it before, I might share it a few more times. It is a pattern by Hooked by Robin. She does sort of a heart pin cushion, and I do one heart and with a little string on it and a pocket prayer that goes with it. And I just feel so grateful to have so many stories, because this is also my random act of crochet kindness throughout the year. If we go into the city or we go out to a coffee shop, or I always have a couple of these at least with me, and I just pop them down for random people. And it's nice to see their smile. But I've also been blessed to hear some people say they attended a seminar where they had to speak or something, and they had their little pocket prayer with them, and if they were feeling nervous, or they would just put their hand in their pocket and rub their little heart, and that it brought them comfort in some way or another. So that's the little pocket prayer heart, and I was grateful to be asked to part with all the stash that I had on hand. yes, so it's just nice to have crochet appreciated randomly. Okay, and talking about playfulness with crochet, we have come to the end of our Bear in a Box Cal 2025 that was hosted by Cassandra from Craftably Ever After. We had week 1 to 4 with beautiful PDF patterns that Cassandra shared with us via her blog. She has a wonderful way of writing a pattern that is comfortable for everybody from beginners. And this is Gigi, my bear in a box. She is comfortably now on her bed with a table that we crafted for her and decoupaged. And she has her little side table with some raw honey and chocolate bear breakfast cereal. In her box, she also has her spare brunch snacks. And she reminded me that I used to do a lot of quilling. I did not make this week. It was something I had made and was just an extra piece, and we mounted it on some pretty canvas paper and we've stuck it onto the side of her wall. So week 4 had us make her some snacks, and she has a lovely cup of cocoa with her toast. She has some toast with a fried egg. She has some toast with a jam. I must say I was constantly missing these pieces, so I have sewed them on with some just normal sewing thread. So they're not going anywhere. I'm happy about that. I was picking them up off the floor. And her toast, and she has her little plate, and she has her cup of cocoa. And her little sliding tray that we decoupaged for her. And she is a crafty little bear, Gigi. If she would leave her bed for us. She is happily engaged in her own crochet whip, making some bunting for her box. That's Gigi from Bear in a Box, which was so much fun to be part of and absolutely inspirational to see everybody else's makes for the Bear in a Box. And that is it for July. Many makes that I wasn't expecting to make off the hook, so my actual list of things to make might start up in August, they might not. It all depends on what else I get distracted by. The weather really is changing. We've had about 30 degrees today. It's winter, but we had 30 degrees, and I can see the wind has changed and the clouds are blowing in, and the cold front that's due to hit us this weekend is making itself known. That's it for today, folks. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I really do appreciate it. I can't wait to keep seeing everybody else's makes on Instagram, on the YouTube streets. And perhaps tomorrow I'll be able to finish up my 9th batch of beanies to share as well. Keep an eye out for that. I have got quite a number of beanies. This will be my 3rd drop-off that I'll be able to make. But to do that, I want to wrap up my 9th batch of beanies video. And that's about it for today. So take care of yourselves. Have lots of joy crafting, crocheting, and don't forget to share with all of us. We love seeing what everybody's got up to. And I must probably see you either tomorrow for Beanie-tastic, or it might be a video the 1st of August. But until we see each other again, happy crocheting!